What's up, everyone? Welcome to today's daily market recap. In today's episode, I'm going to break down my trades from the morning, the stocks I chose, why I thought they had the potential to go higher, and my entries and my exits. Now, I'm feeling a little bit bummed out because I gave back profit on my last trade. I don't love ending the day on a loser. It just kind of feels like, that's kind of lame. But that's the way it goes today, I suppose. I peaked at about $35,000, $36,000 of profit on the day. And as I sit right now, you can see the P&L, $33,975.87. I really shouldn't complain. I'm in a great shape here on the day. Now, yesterday was a little bit of a slower day, but made up for it today. So I feel good about that. All right, so let's go back to the very first stock I traded today, which was AIFF. First entry at $14.11. This one has been paying, for the last 3 days, right? It just keeps going higher. So this is our daily chart. You could see here as I adjust it, we got the first move there, day one, and then day two, and then today was day three. It keeps coming up. Now, we have this blue ascending resistance line, so we kind of knew where to expect resistance. We also knew where to expect support. In fact, it's coming down around that support level right now. And I was able to trade in and out of this one today and do a pretty nice job. So let's get zoomed in on this chart here. First trade, 7:21 a.m. That was right in here on this squeeze. And basically, this was kind of my attitude. I sat down this morning, looked at it. Of course, couldn't see any of that yet because it hadn't happened. But this is what I was looking at. I was thinking, okay, wow. So yesterday, of course, it peaked at 15. Knew that. Pulled back, and then after hours comes all the way back up to 15, double top. Now note, this move after hours on very light volume relative to here. So the market is a lot thinner in the after hours trading, and you can get these squeezes, but they don't always hold once more volume comes in. So this morning, 4 a.m., it sells off, same as it did yesterday morning. Interesting. But it kind of rallies back up, and right coming into 7 a.m., we got another squeeze similar to what we got yesterday. All right, so now we're getting a little bit of a pattern. This is the thing with traders, is that we're so sensitive to recognizing patterns. When this happens, this follows. So now we're like, all right, am I seeing, sort of reading the tea leaves right here, that this is going to pop at 7 a.m.? Now, it works until it doesn't work. But nonetheless, this morning, it started to squeeze. And so as it popped up right here, it initially pops up to a high of 14.11. So now let's jump on the 1-minute chart. So it pops up to 14.11, and I saw that, and I was like, all right, here we go. Popping up, a little bit of volume coming into it right here, micro pullback, and boom, I'm jumping in right there. That was my first entry, 14.11. It goes up to immediately 14.25, 14.40, 14.50, up to 14.60. Now I take some profit. It pulls back, dips down, I add back. Now we get the break of 14.60, we got to move up to 15. We hit 15, we got to squeeze all the way to 15.80, and right here in the first 5 minutes of the day, well, more or less, first 5-10 minutes of sitting down, I was up over $15,000. So this was great to see. I mean, I was really pleasantly surprised. We broke through our level from yesterday, which was 15, and then we start to come up towards 16. Now, I knew on the daily chart we had resistance at 15.90, a potential resistance level. That was the high from this candle here. Now, I also knew that if I looked back a little further, there was a potential level right here at 16.26, and then after that, there was nothing until way up at the top of this candle. So I was starting to get a little excited. In fact, at the top and bottom of each hour, I was like, just wait, because if AIFF comes out with news today, oh my goodness, this could be big. Right? That's all we needed, was the company just to fan the flames a little bit and drop a news headline today, and shorts, I feel like, would have just covered. They would have been like, I'm capitulating, I'm done, throwing in the towel, I give up. So anyways, that didn't happen. But nonetheless, we got some really good price action. So we got this first pop at 7.15, whatever it was, made 15,000 on that. Pulls back right here. We got a second pop right there. Boom. Made about 20,000 on that. That put me up about another 15,000 on that. So now I'm up 30,000 on the day. And then this one here I traded, but with smaller size. I was a little off put by this red bottoming tail. Yes, bottoming tails are good, but it really sold off and then sprang back up. So I was like, I don't know about that. So anyways, made a little bit on that. And I think I might have given back maybe 2,000 off the top. I think I peaked at about 34,000 on it. In fact, I was actually looking at it right here, wondering if we would break VWAP. but we weren't able to break that level. So that's AIFF, biggest winner of the day by far. Now, the second trade that I took was TCBP. TCBP, not great. Lost $1,000 on it on my first trade, made it back on the second. So on the first trade, TCBP pops up, and initially I was like, I don't know if this is going to work. So let me show you this on the 10-second chart. 10-second chart, it pops up. We've got breaking news on it, so I'm thinking, all right, I can work with that. And on my first trade, let's see. So let me break this down. So first trade, I jumped in right here for the break through the high. It fails, goes to 550, but then rejects. I lose $1,000. Comes down here, bottoms at about 450, and then comes back up right here. And what I decided to do when it came down a second time is I bought the double bottom at 450. And it ended up bouncing back up here, pulling back, and then rallying back up to 5. And so I got profit as it bounced back up. And so I ended up going from red 1,000 to up $341 on it. Not bad. EDSA is the next stock that hits the scanners. And this one was kind of interesting. I was recognizing I had the 200 moving average right here at about 326. And so it came up to about that level here, but then it squeezed up right here and I thought it was going to break it. I jumped in right there for the break. Didn't really work out that well. Made $1,200. Then it pulls back at the open, rips higher, and I got a dip and a rip on this halt resumption. So we got a pop up in this area, and I got a little trade on it. It wasn't honestly fantastic. Actually, this one, the halt was on AMOD. But nonetheless, this one gave us a nice little move, but it really wasn't super easy. So anyways, made $3,800 on EDSA. And then the only stock I'm red on is AMOD. Initially, I kind of wrote it off because I said, this is another one of those stocks that had news a week ago, and it gave back the whole thing. So it's popping up today. I don't trust it. It looks like NLSP and some of the others. And this one ends up going to 6. And I finally broke the ice on it, doing a dip and rip on resumption right here, and lost $2,300. So ending on a little bit of a sour note here today. This may even have the potential to go higher, but I'm kind of just, it's like if you're red on a stock, it's like, what's the point of over trading it? Maybe I just say, well, I'll just get out while the going's good. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to get out while the going's good. I'm not going to overstay my welcome. And you know what? $33,975 is a pretty solid day. So I'm grateful for that. And you know what? I'm going to be back at it bright and early tomorrow morning. So short recap today. Those of you guys that want to watch over my shoulder, make sure you check out a 2-week trial here at Warrior Trading. Link will be pinned to the top comments and in the description. So you can come over, do a 2-week trial, $20 for 2 weeks, and you'll have access to the scanners, the charts, the news feed, my live audio video broadcast, and you'll be able to get a selection of classes straight from the Warrior Pro curriculum to see whether or not being part of this community and learning from me would be a good fit for you. So I'd love for you guys to check it out. Now, I remind you as always, trading is risky. My results aren't typical, so please manage your risk, take it slow, and I'll see you guys. I'll be live streaming bright and early tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. All right, I'll see you guys then.